Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, I got something new today. I've been shopping. I run across a couple of kind of rarities actually. They're not complete. I might be able to make one complete one out of both of them, but I was very surprised to see what I saw and pay what I paid. They're both 1972 DT-1 MX engines. I just have the engines. Got two of them. Both of them are a mystery at this point. One of them came with a brand new piston, brand new overbore. It's second over. It's never been run, and I think the lower end on both of them looks kind of questionable. One of them has got some really go-fast parts in it. I believe the crankshaft on one it looks like its crankshaft has been cut down and aluminum added back to it. So it looks like it's a lightweight crankshaft, and it was probably made that way. I'm kind of curious to find out what it's going to look like when I get into it. But you know, they're pretty rough, but if I can make one good one out of it, I think I can use it. You know, I don't know what I'll use it in, but I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this. And I was very surprised to see both of these sitting there with the DT1 MX ignition, which is the small rotor, still a point ignition, but it's the small rotor, and it's very unique. I think that's the only thing it was used on. And I knew right away that they were both MX engines. According to what I can find out, I think it's 10,000, or no, that ain't right. Let me look. Yeah, it is 10,000. Yeah, 10,238 were made. So I'm not real sure what the DT1 amount was for the year, but I'm sure that this is a very small amount. So anyhow, we're going to take a look at them, and we're going to start tearing into them to see if I got something worth a hoot, or whether I just got a bunch of junk. Okay, got one set up here in the stand. This is the unique ignition, so it'll have a small diameter rotor back here instead of a flywheel. The DT1, the Enduro model, would have a full-size flywheel, and you can see the points still here. But this one, the rod is free, but the crankshaft does move, but not very much. And it looks pretty complete. We won't know until we open this up whether we've got a clutch and all that stuff. The fill tube thing is broke off, but all in all, looks pretty good. We got one stud broke off back here, and it's also broke off in the other one. Here's the other one right here, and there's that neat looking flywheel in here. It's got two pieces of aluminum next to this, so I think it's been shaved down and modified to give them a quicker RPM build. And there's our specialized rotor and ignition again. And here's the same bolt broken off right there. This one I think was really raced. It's got a weld here in the side cover. It's missing this cover here. Both of them are missing the mag covers, but this is looking kind of neat here. Like maybe it's something really go fast. And as far as the cylinder and everything, I got one brand new piston. It's never been run. I don't have a ring for it. I'll have to get a ring. Two brand new gaskets. The base gasket and head gasket, that's probably over $40. for those, and a pin, bearing, and all that, and a fresh overbore. But there is a little bit of rust starting in it. There was some water in the bottom end of this thing. But this bore has never been run, and I haven't checked the clearance on it. That's something we'll do. The head all cleaned up, ready to go, but no place to go. So this is an interesting find, and I think as far as the bore goes, this is all pretty much surface rust, so just running a hone through there should take care of it. So what do you say we get you on the stand here, and we'll start disassembling this one here I've got on the stand, and just see what we ended up with. And of course we won't stop there. We'll end up building whatever we can build out of it. So it'll be a project in the works, so to speak. Let me get you on the stand. Let's get going on this. All right, guys, let's see what we can find out here. Get this really cool ignition out of there first. Finally a nice day here in Montana. Maybe spring is going to show up this year after all. Oops, looks like I probably need to take that nut off first. Let's see what I can do there. Yeah, it's been in there a while. And what we got here? Yet another puller. I'm gonna have to see if I've got a puller that will fit this. We may be stopped already, we'll see. Okay, we lucked out. Looks like the one that I made for the YZ ignition on the AT1 is gonna work. There. That it did. Got a bunch of rusties growing on it, but we got it off. All right, so that came off. Now let's see if we can get the counter shaft off. All right, let's move around the other side. I guess I better get this, see if there's a pump in there. The other one's got a pump on it, but it doesn't have a cover. So we'll see what this one has hiding underneath it. These all, even the race bikes back then came with oil injection. Ah, no pump. Been blocked off. Okay. We can continue on with the clutch cover then. All right, looks like it had some oil in it. I did drain the oil. This one had some, the other one I don't believe did. So, looks like all the parts are there anyhow. Not very tight, but they really don't have to be. Thought I'd better get that loose before I get all this clutch stuff out of here. Might make it a little easier. Cover off. I may actually have one for that. And we got a bunch of factory Yamaha. Ah, the one for the AT1, the smaller one, is missing. Those are the factory Yamaha clutch holders. I rarely have one that fits. There we go. I think I've got some extra clutch plates for the AT1, so I think I'll make one for that out of one of those steel ones. I think that's all they really are. They just took clutch plates and welded a handle on them. Yeah, that's good to know. Well, that looks good. Ooh, is that really where that goes? On the smaller ones, it's not how it goes together, but maybe. I'll have to look at the IPB. Never been into any of these. 360 I did a little bit. It should be the same, but it's been 40 years ago, so I guess I'll find out. Well, it may not go under there. Doesn't look like it. Let's find something different. It may be loose. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, no use in getting a puller after that. Okay, so it looking good there. A snap ring plier for that. A little washer on both sides. And there's a big washer and a small one underneath. And I'm sure gonna have to look at that. That doesn't jive with other things that I've seen, but it may be. And a washer back here at the case. Alright. The eccentric here is loose for what adjusts the shifting. I think I've probably got a clip on the other side I've got to get out. I didn't pay any attention when I had it over there, I guess. And now I better get the oil pan back under it. There's a little bit hanging on there. Oh, clutch ball. Yep. Oh, no, there's not. There is not. It just pops right out. Yeah, it's loose. It doesn't have a lock washer. I wonder if there's supposed to be one. This is all stuff. It's been a long time since I've been into any of these bigger enduro machines, so it's kind of a learning curve, a reminder to her. look at this one that just came out. Rusty all the way down. Looks like about a room. Looks like about everything is coming loose there. Just gonna check everything out. A lot of rust in that crankshaft. Looks like we're all pulled loose there. Mud dauber. Wasn't inside, it was in like that cavity there. Still don't belong. Looks like it kind of come apart, and there's some stuff laying around in there. I can see where I have a broken case over here, on this one anyway. Yeah, we got a broken gear. That's why it was locked up in the transmission. Right there. I believe that's first. Oh, it looks like it just exploded. Got a couple chunks missing out of it there. Now that's what I'm hoping I can get. I'll have two to make one out of. Yeah, see, it knocked a bunch off of, I can't remember, I think it's first. I think this is second back here. Yeah, this one's seen some better better days. It was lunched out pretty good. And I can see a broken boss right here and a lot of pieces in there. There's the boss. It's all repairable. All it takes is time and money. Welder. But crank was pretty well rusted shut there. Let's move some of this out of our way and see if we can get the rest of the crankshaft out. We've got a big shim there. I'm going to give it a couple taps here and see if it'll... Plastic hammer here, by the way. Yep, I think I'm going to have to set the puller up to pull it out from, or push it out from this side. Okay, get her. Let me have this a little crooked here. Let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit anyhow. Now, let's see if that'll go. Yep. Yeah, you can see it going there now. Rust causes a lot of problems. Shim. I don't see a shim. It might be all gone. I don't see it stuck over here either. Or maybe they don't use them. Can't remember. Looks pretty rough in there though, but I've had them like that before. All you do is clean them up. Ooh, that sounds good. Well, and see what we've got to deal with here. That's a shifter part. Got a lot of little pieces. So let's go on with the other one. Okay guys, I know you didn't want to see all those nuts and bolts, so I'm down to splitting the cases here. So everything's looked okay so far. this one has been apart at some point. It's got a lot of, it looks like a lot of brand new seals and that sort of stuff in it. So I'm sure these are probably supposed to be all the guts left in the other case, but I don't know. Comes apart either way. Be nice if all the parts are good in this one. I'm still really curious about this crankshaft. Looks almost like a handmade deal. You know, maybe Yamaha did it at some point in time, I don't know. And we had a little water in this one. Not bad. At least the bearing still turns, but I think this had just been rebuilt because the bearings look new, they feel new, and the seals all look like new. Okay, so far this one's better than the other one. And I'm not seeing any parts laying around. Oh, this thing is just as clean as it can be inside. I wonder what in the world, somebody had just rebuilt it or something. And wow. I'm gonna get you in there and show you before I take it apart. I mean, look at that. There's no oil in it. It had been rebuilt or something, and never even had oil put in it. The silicone here that goes along the case is still very pliable. It's not the right thing to use, but I'm sure it works okay. But this crank has had some work done to it. You can see here where it's been plugged with aluminum. That's what I was telling you about in one of my videos where we talked about putting cork in them. And in this case, they put aluminum in there. Yeah, so far so good on all this transmission stuff, and the cases look better. Let's see if we can get the crank out. Sorry for all the moving around. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a little bit of water in it. Yep, so far so good. Looks like all the gears are in one piece. You can see the grease still here where somebody had assembled it. And it was never run. And that's exactly why it had had a new piston and everything in it. Somebody changed their mind and they decided to do something else. Okay, I'm gonna have to push that one out too. It's all right. All right. See if this will push out. Oh yeah. That kind of sounds like it's pushing the bearing out too, though. Yep. Pushing the bearing out with it. Yeah, it's too bad it sat in there and rusted, because I'll just about bet you all the bearings look and feel brand new, except they're going to have to be replaced now. But it sat in there with water, and I bet the lower end had been just rebuilt. It's not too bad, but I'm sure that the rod and everything's toast. That's sad. A lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of work went into that. And here's the other side. Just had a little water in it. I poured some out when I first got it. Don't know how long it'd been sitting in there. But at least I think we've got enough to put one together, except for a couple of side cases and stuff like that. But this one here is a surprise. Usually when I get stuff, it is really in bad shape, and I'm starting to think that that's how it was going to be when I took the other one apart. But this one has had a lot of time and effort and money, I'm sure, put into it. So we're going to give it the good old college try and get everything rebuilt the way it should be, and utilize all the work that they put into it, and hopefully we'll get her running. Okay guys, there we go. We got all this engine up here, and we've got all the components here. This is for the 125 I'm working on, all that, and then I've got 2 boxes there of the 250 stuff, and this is a 125 that I took apart for some parts for the one I'm putting together, and that will be our next. I'm pretty much ready, so I'll probably be getting started on this one in the next day or two, and we'll put it together. That's the one we built the crank for, so all that stuff's ready to go. But this has been kind of a cool project. I was just lucky to come across these, and the first one gave me a little pause for the cause, but the second one, with a new piston and a fresh bore, I have nothing to complain about. A little honing in there. You can still see all the crosshatch. It's a fresh second over. And the other one had a piston in it too. It was also second over, but it didn't have a cylinder and a head. So there we go, guys. I think we've got enough stuff to make one. And we're not going to have to go to the expense to bore and all that stuff because it looks good. I'm missing a ring. I'll need a gasket set, new bearings, new seals. It's really a shame on that one because all the crank bearings were brand new. The transmission bearings I'm not sure about, but there was no water in there. There wasn't even oil in there. So I'm going to take them apart. We'll see what the deal is. I'm not even feeling roughness there. I just don't know. I'll look at them and see if I can use the bearings. By golly, I think I'll use them. But if there's a spot of rust on them or anything, it's not going to work. We're going to have to rebuild this crank anyhow. So there you go, another little thing that I wasn't really planning on, but everything just come together with this, and it's going to be a good project. Already is a good project, and I'm not sure where we're going to go with it, what we're going to do with it, but we will take you along on the ride. So thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.